Explore the mystical side of life in a multi-dimensional way. Welcome to Integrative Mystic with Anne Vivian.
Thanks so much for joining me. This is Anne with Integrative Mystic here on mindbodyspirit.fm. Come on in. The door is wide open. Let's explore spirituality and magic in a grounded and integrative way. I am so excited about this new series that I am launching today. I'm launching this new series on Integrative Mystic, exploring archangels, who they are, how to work with them. We're going to explore specific creative rituals and techniques for calling upon these very powerful spirit helpers. So I'm going to talk a little bit about angels and archangels. Today will be an intro, and then as usual, I'm going to tune into the energy for the week ahead and pull some cards. There is no spirit helper message of the week. Forgive me. This is one of those unusual shows that is sans message from a spirit helper. But worry not, each show for this series, I'm going to be giving messages from the angels I'm tuning into, and you can expect me to tune into the energy of the week and pull some cards. Just a reminder, I'm on mindbodyspirit.fm. This podcast is also on iTunes, Google, and Spotify. So please subscribe, leave a review, stay in touch, stay on top of the episodes if you would like to stay connected with me as they come out. So come on in, my friend, take a deep breath. Let's step into this space, the world between worlds. Let's feel the earth's presence, the spirit world presence, and the angels' presence who fly between the worlds. Feel that angelic presence and feel how you are always loved and surrounded by divine love and divine presence. Welcome. Let's talk a little bit about angels. Perhaps you have worked with angels or archangels. Perhaps you are new to angelology, to the angelic energy and practice of working with angels. There's many types of spirit guides. There's, of course, angels is one of the first ones people think of, one of the first types of spirit guides, but there's nature spirits, animal totems, ascended masters, planetary beings, planetary guides, star beings, evolved ETs can function as spirit guides. There are expressions of the divine feminine, divine masculine. There are ancestors, our ancestral guides. And then there are angels. So what makes angels different from these other types of spirit guides? Well, first of all, I love working with all the different types of spirit guides and spirit helpers I just mentioned. I believe they are all unique and valuable in their own way. And I think there's something to be grateful for. There's so many different kinds of beings and entities that want to help us. Isn't that something to celebrate? We're all one, and we're all part of this cosmic community. And there is a lot of love and support for us. So what makes angels different as far as spirit guides go? Well, in my experience, angels feel very different to work with than, say, nature spirits. They feel very different from all of the other spirit guides. They're specifically created and designed to work with humans. So it has they have a different role, a very specific role. And compared to perhaps some of the other types of energies and entities, they are specifically created, they're specifically assigned this role from source to help humans. That has been my experience. And compared to, say, nature spirits or natural forces, which I also work with, they feel more tame. They feel more just inclined to work with humans. Nature spirits, natural forces are beautiful and wonderful and magical, they can have a variety of experiences and a variety of types of vibrations and personalities, if you will. Not all nature spirits and natural forces are interested in helping humans. And that's not a criticism, but a fact. Some are friendly and some are helpful spirit allies, and some nature spirits are not appropriate to work with. All angels are created and meant to be loving and work with humans, in my experience and opinion. And so this can be a great type of spirit guide to call upon if you're new to working with spirit guides, because you can trust that they are very benevolent and they are very inclined and understanding when it comes to the human realm. You find winged beings in religions all across time and cultures all over the world. Ancient Sumeria has winged beings. There's ancient Sumerian artifacts of winged beings. In ancient Egypt, ancient Babylonia, there's depictions of winged beings in these ancient civilizations, and in so many different cultures and religions and spiritual traditions. You see these beings of light, these beings who fly, these beings with wings, and it's a common experience to have a belief in a higher vibrational, a more evolved being that is here to help humans. And we're going to explore today archangels. Archangels are a specific type of angel that you find in Judeo-Christian traditions, and you find them in Christianity, Judaism, Islam, the texts of these traditions. And I love to work with archangels. I've always been drawn to archangels. They have, to me, a very loving, powerful, trusting energy. And after many years of working with angels and archangels, I became more comfortable actually working with nature spirits and other kinds of guides that came to me. I could trust my intuition more to know if it was beneficial for me to work with a particular entity. I started working more closely with the angels and archangels, however, because I just felt that I had an immediate affinity. I trusted them. They felt very safe for me to work with, because I didn't know about the other guides and angels, and I think the other types of spirit guides, rather. And I think part of some people's hesitation for working with other spirit guides is there's not as much literature and lore and religious doctrine, and there's not as much maybe common discussion among the masses of these other type of guides, even though they are just as present as angels. And so for me, working with angels helped me develop more confidence in working with spirit guides. And as I worked with angels, I could trust more my own intuition. I grew in my confidence over the years about trusting my intuition about an entity that was approaching me. So if there was, say, a star being who was approaching me, I could more easily trust my own intuitive sense if this was a benevolent being or maybe a being that wasn't good for me to work with. And I've had star beings of different vibrational frequencies, shall we say, who have approached me over many years. And it wasn't until the last few years, maybe the last 5 or 10 years, when I had more confidence in my own intuitive judgment, my own intuitive assessment, to actually work with them. So I think for a lot of people, do you share this experience, my friend? Maybe you're even a little bit scared of some of the other kinds of spirit allies and spirit helpers, nature or animal or ascended masters or star beings, ETs. And there are very beautiful, benevolent, powerful trustworthy spirit guides of these different kinds, I think it's important to be able to trust your intuition and to understand if an entity is helpful to work with or not. So angels are a great place to start. And angels, you can actually call on angels. I've done this before. I call on, say, Archangel Michael to protect me as I work with an entity, or call on an angel or archangel to help you discern if this entity is good for you. And the angels will always respond. They will always come to your aid, and they will always help you. So working with angels is another way to help you connect with nature spirits or natural forces and work with other kinds of non-physical energies, knowing you have extra support to do that. And that's what angels are here for. So in the Judeo-Christian traditions, there's actually multiple realms, multiple orders or levels in the hierarchies of angels. And it's a little bit different if you look at, say, the Jewish hierarchy, the hierarchies of angels in Judaism versus, say, Catholicism, Christianity. But there are many, many different types of angels listed in the hierarchies. And of course, there's guardian angels listed in there. There's angels that help with specific tasks. And then there are the archangels. So one thing that you can see that transcends these religions, and by the way, I do believe that angels and archangels transcend any particular religion, even though archangels specifically are something you find more talked about in Judeo-Christian traditions. I believe archangels and angels in general just transcend any one religion, but we are looking at them through probably the Judeo-Christian lens when we're talking about these orders of angels and the archangels. And there's also esoteric, metaphysical, new age experiences in literature and philosophies about angels that is part of what we're exploring here. There's also personal experiences, and I want to talk about that too. So let's talk about the archangels. You see them appear in multiple religions: Christianity, Judaism, Islam. Archangel actually means chief angel. And I think one thing that these religions can agree on is these are powerful entities, powerful messengers and powerful helpers of humans that are close to divine consciousness. And the archangels, I think of archangels as ruling a larger scope of human affairs. Of course, we have our specific guardian angel who is assigned to us to guide us and protect us our whole life. And so that guardian angel has, say, one human to partner with and help and guide. Archangels are overseeing larger scopes of human affairs. They're very powerful and loving. And if you begin to work with the archangels, you can begin to feel how their presence is different compared to other types of angels, other types of spirit guides. And you can also feel the difference between a guardian angel and an archangel as you begin to work with them. So if you call on the archangels, it helps them to gain more access to you and helps them, give them permission to help you even more. The angels and archangels are always there to help you, but they can't violate your free will. So if you call upon them, that opens the door for them to intercede more directly. So I suggest you continually call upon the angels. You can call upon your guardian angel for help and protection. You can call on a specific type of angel or archangel for, the the electricity is going on and off in my home office right now, and I am feeling the archangels wanting to make sure that you feel their presence in this show. This has been happening for a couple minutes now in the show, but I could not ignore how that happened on and off for a few seconds just now. So we hear you, archangel. So I lost power for just a couple minutes, and let's chalk it up to the archangels. wanting to make sure that we know they mean business. They are here. They are serious. They're here to help. We hear you, Archangels. So let's go on a journey in this series with the Archangels. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do for each episode in this series. I am going to share with you my personal exploration of each Archangel. What I have done is what I call envelope divination, something I'd like to share with you that you can use for exploring so many spiritual and life matters. What is envelope divination? I've used this many times in my life. It's basically a psychic, intuitive technique in which you write down different subjects. For this Archangel exploration, I wrote down all of the Archangels on a separate index card. I put them in an envelope that is blank. And so you can do this with so many different things. You can do this with crystals or choices about different things, different choices for things you're deciding in life, and like which car to buy or which new home to buy. And what you do is you hold each envelope, and if you trust your intuition enough to try this and you're brave enough to try it, please try it with me. You hold each envelope and you ask for information on the Archangel or whatever subject matter you have written down that could help you understand whatever is inside the envelope. So it's great for understanding, for using your intuition to tap into different subject matter. And it avoids the conscious mind's assumptions and preconceived ideas. So if I just looked at the name of each Archangel, I would already have conscious associations about what that Archangel looks like or rules or governs or their personality. But doing envelope divination, I can tune in knowing that I'm tuning into the frequency of that Archangel just by tuning into the name that I have written on that index card, and I cannot see it. And, try this with whatever you'd like to try it with. Go on a journey with me. Try it with the Archangels if you like. I think you might be surprised by the results. Even if you don't think you're very intuitive, you might be able to get a lot of very interesting information for each Archangel that you find is very helpful. I've done this with different herbs and plant spirits. I've done this with different crystals, because I don't want to just look up what an Archangel is supposed to do or what a crystal is supposed to do or what kind of energy it has. I want to feel it for myself. And like the psychic, spiritual, integrative, mystic scientist I am, I like to do it in a way that avoids assumptions and preconceived notions, and that really has some sort of objectivity to it. So I used envelope divination for this Archangel exploration, and I'm having so much fun doing this envelope divination. What I do is I write down the name of the Archangel. I write all the information I get as I tune in. And if you have a way of tuning into your intuition, this is a great way to practice. I put myself in a meditative state. I open my chakras and I get clairaudient and clairvoyant information. Also, I feel things and I write it all down. If you do this, it will strengthen actually your personal connection with the Archangels. So I'm going to share my personal intuitive information I gained for each Archangel, my experiences with that Archangel, and also general knowledge and lore about the angel. I'm going to also share creative ritual ideas to help you either use that creative ritual idea, or maybe you get another idea from that for ways you can connect with this angel. And of course, all you have to do is call the Archangel's name silently or aloud, and you will have made the connection. But it can help deepen your connection sometimes to do some fun creative rituals and different approaches for calling that energy and consciousness into your life. So that's one way we're going to integrate the angelic consciousness and exploration is the creative ritual. And we're going to talk about, how this angel can help you. So we'll be exploring some fun and practical and magical ways of working with this angelic energy. I encourage you to really try these exercises and rituals and call on these archangels. In my experience, they are amazing. They really show up. They really do help you. They shift the consciousness immediately when you call upon them. I call upon them constantly when working with clients in my personal life. Everything. They're absolutely amazing. I work with Archangel Raphael, Michael, and Gabriel every day. I call on Gabriel to help me cleanse my space. I call on Archangel Michael to help me also do some cleansing and cutting of etheric cords. I call on Raphael for healing. The archangel, and I call on, basically all of the archangels pretty consistently. But my experience is they are very powerful, very helpful. I would be delighted if you leave me a message on my Facebook page what your experience is with working with some of these, and try them and see what happens. I bet you will find things happen when you call on the angels. I'm also going to share, depending on the angel, if it is associated, if that angel is associated, he or she or they is associated with one of the 7 rays, depending on the angel. So what are the 7 rays? You might know what they are, but in case you don't, the 7 rays, the 7 rays of light, it's a concept from Western esoteric mystical traditions. And basically there's 7 unique vibrations of consciousness, or 7 unique creative forces of the universe. They actually correlate to the 7 chakras, if you're familiar with chakras. And as it happens, there's 7. 7 is a powerful number when it comes to spirituality and working with angels. There's said to be 7 levels of heaven. In some metaphysical esoteric traditions, there are 7 levels to the astral planes, 7 chakras. The 7 you find is a number repeated with levels. So it's interesting. So I'm going to be sharing with you, and it'll make more sense. I'll talk about the rays. If you are not familiar with the 7 rays, it'll make more sense what they are when I start talking about them. But they relate to the universal energy of each chakra, if that's an easier way to think about it. And it helps you to understand the more archetypal energy of that angel. And I love looking at archetypal energy that transcends, one particular viewpoint or culture that's transcendent among humanity. I think that's just so, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, integrative. And this is Integrative Mystic, is it not, my friend? Let us transition into looking at the energy for the week ahead. So please join me in this series. I'm going to start next podcast with Archangel Zadkiel. And please join me each week as we explore these archangels. And I would love for you to explore them with me. So let's transition to the energy for the week ahead. I have pulled some cards for the week ahead. We've got 5 of Cups Tarot, 8 of Wands Tarot, Make a Decision, and Spirit Fox. I feel like the energy for this week ahead for July 15th, 2022, or whenever you're listening to this podcast, is guiding us to let go of some regrets, let go of the past. We need to forgive ourselves and let go of maybe some decisions we have made that we regret, or losses, grieving that, or letting go of just some old energy, some energy that we shouldn't be carrying around, doing some forgiving. Just because someone has moved on or passed on, it doesn't mean that the love isn't there. But you also don't want to stay in the past and carry around regret and guilt. So this is a great week. We just had the full moon this week. This is a great time to begin to let go I feel like, we've got a theme of change here with the fox. The fox is a shapeshifter, so that's change. And we got 8 of Wands, which is about sudden change. So there might be some sudden changes. There might be this dichotomy, this sort of seesaw of the old and the new. I feel like the message that wants to come through is learn to lovingly detach and release from the old, and sort of in order to make room for the new, because some new energy wants to come in, but we've got to let go of that old energy. The old energy, or the energy that is not serving us to hold on to, or the past, in order to make room for that new energy, for the future, new abundance and love and magic that wants to enter our life. And so Fox is here to help you shift and shape shift as you're making these changes, and know, Fox is great to know when to pull back, when to camouflage yourself, when to hide, and when to show yourself, and how to shape shift, and what's the best way and approach and timing for making changes. So call upon Fox, call upon your guides, call upon Spirit as you're letting go, and as you're preparing for new things to enter your life, as you're preparing for change. Make a decision. Feeling stuck or indecisive, listen to your intuition and make a decision. So you heard it, folks. Listen to your intuition. If you're feeling stuck or indecisive, if you're feeling you're at a crossroads, or a little bit hibbledy-jibbly, not quite clear, not quite confident, listen to your intuition. Tune into your intuition about how to let go, what to let go of, and how to get support, and how to go about taking steps to make this change. I hope you have a beautiful, blessed week, my friend. Thank you so much for tuning in. I can't wait to go on this angelic journey with you, with the Archangels. Stay tuned. I will have some exciting guests come on, and I can't wait to share those with you. I will look forward to connecting with you next podcast. Have a great week, and blessings to you.